everyone. Thank you for joining me today for Strength and Core. My name is Jessica Power-Sear, and on a scale from 1 to 10, I want you to think an 8. Challenging, uncomfortable. Of course, I will give you options to make this a 7. I'll give you options to make this a 9. As always, make sure you've checked with your healthcare provider before you ever get started with something new. Let's start our warm-up, and then I'm going to tell you what's going to happen in your workout. So looking right to left, let's march this out right here. Here we go. And again, thank you for joining us today. So Strength and Core, what are we going to be doing? Total body conditioning from the earlobes all the way down to your tippy toes, and maybe a little bit of your face if you smile a few times during the workout. We're going to be doing tri-setting. Tri-setting, we're going to do 3 exercises. We're going to do those 3 exercises 3 times, and we're going to do them for 30 seconds, and I will give you options with each set to make it a little bit easier or a little bit harder. Are we ready to go a little wider? Here we go, take it wider. Here we go. Mentally getting ready, we're going to rehearse some of the key movements we're going to do in today's workout. Getting ready for squats, you're going to see I'm going to rotate so you can see in 4, 3, 2, sit back for 2. Breathe in, take it up, and up, take it in. Breathe it in, and out, and out. 2 more at this tempo. Then we're gonna go a little bit faster. Last one like this. Now single counts, here we go. Now what do you need for today's workout? A mat, if you choose to have one, but not a big deal if you don't have it. A set of weights. Again, if you don't have weights, grab a set of cans, some milk jugs, something that has a little bit of weight so you can use it. In 4 counts. In 3 counts. Last 2. Ready? Sit down and hold this. Drop those arms out in front of you. Pull one elbow back, follow it, and release. Do the same thing. We're going to do that 2 more times. Then we're going to rehearse our lunges. Last one. But before we just stand up, round that spine up for me. Beautiful. Take that right leg out in front. Step that left leg back. Nice and tall. So set the head. Set the shoulders, push that pelvis forward, drop it down for 2, and up. Do it again. Drop it down for 2, and up. Beautiful. So we're rehearsing the movements. So later when I say lunge, you know exactly what I want. This is a stationary lunge. Ready to try a reverse lunge? I step together and step back. I step together. Ready to go faster? Here we go. Single counts. Remember, you can be back at stationary. 4 counts. 3. Last 2. And 1, sitting here and hold. Give me a little reach. Stretch it out. In 4, 3. You ready for the other leg? Here we go. Here we go. Take it up. Step it back. Set the head. Set the shoulders. Set the ribs. The pelvis. Take it down for 2. And up. Again. Again. Add the arms. And down. Beautiful job. Now in a moment, of course, I'm going to give you an option to make this a reverse lunge. Here we go. Take it together, take it back. Take it together and back. Now speed it up. Take it back in front. Yes. So knowing your options of what's coming up next. In 4 counts. In 3, we got a little stretch coming. Last 2. And 1, sit back and hold it. Give me a pull. Beautiful. Getting ready for side squats or lunges. In 4, 3, stand it up and march those legs. Beautiful. Coming back to center. We're going to start with squats. Then I'll give you the option for a lunge. Squat for 2. Step, squat, down, together. 1 more like this. Watch me and try. Notice my foot when I'm lunging. External rotation. If you'd like, you can go faster. So you have the option to lunge or squat. Lunge or squat. Or when you're doing the workout later, you can combine both of them together. 2 more. Last one all the way through, please. Beautiful. Now come land on that foot. Come in balance. Oh, how are we doing? Now maybe you keep that foot on the ground. Shoulders are stacked, hips are stacked. How high can you go with that leg? Then in a moment, we're going to do the other side. 4 counts away. In 4, 3, 2, straighten out that foot. Step, squat, together. Woo-hoo, we got 1 more. Lunge if you'd like. Down and lunge, back together. 1 more at this tempo. Down and lunge, Now speed it up if you'd like. Down. Remember, you can combine those movements. So just making sure you're ready for that workout. And again, I'm so happy you made time to be here. In 4 more. Yes. In 3. 2 left all the way through. 2 more. Down. Last time all the way through. Down. All right, come and land on that foot for me. Find that balance. Shoulders, ribs, toe on the ground. How high can you go? Woo! Then we're gonna make sure that upper body's nice and warm, and we're gonna get ready for that workout. Nice job, everyone. In 4, 3, shoulder rolls to the back. Here we go. Yes. Why am I moving my legs? Keep that blood flowing. We're gonna open and close the chest. In 4, 3, 2, if you're not sure, watch. Open, close. Notice my pelvis is following me. I'm making sure that those back muscles are warming up, chest muscles are lengthening. Oh yeah, get that pelvis going with it. 4 more, 3, 2, and give me some shoulder rolls. Let's finish that up. All right, folks, what's coming up next? First set coming up, squats, followed by bent over row, and then we're gonna do bicep curls. Everything is done for 30 seconds. Roll out the wrists. We're getting started in 5 seconds. I'll give you options to make it harder in the second, third set. You ready? I'm gonna go on a slight diagonal. 3, 2, 30 seconds, go. Now, everyone's squat is gonna be a little bit different. Maybe you wanna have a little bit of a wider position in your foot stance. Maybe you wanna be a little bit more narrow. Perhaps you wanna go faster. Maybe you wanna go slower. You find where you need to be. We're at the 20-second mark. Bent over row is next. We're gonna keep those elbows close to the body, and I will give you options. In 4, 3, 2, bent over. Here we go. So we're starting with a narrow row. Second and third set we do this. I will give you options to take your heel off. I'll give you options to add a high row or even flies to this. We're rounding into 15 seconds. Then we're gonna stand up and we're gonna do bicep curls. That is our first set. Woo! How we feeling? I know my sweat's starting to kick in. 5 more counts. We're gonna do thumbs up bicep curls. In 4, 3, 2, here we go. Take it up, up. Now why do I want you to do a thumbs up bicep curl? Because this is how you'd pick up a baby. This is how you'd pick up a kitty cat or a puppy or even a box. So let's train the muscles the way we use them. Now when we come through for the second set, I will give you options to balance on one leg. I'll give you options to make this a little bit harder, change up your tempo. Squats are coming. I'm gonna take my right heel off. Ready? 3, 2, and squat, go. Now, why did I take my one leg off? Just like I'm right-handed or left-handed, I am right-legged or left-legged. And so by isolating one thigh muscle versus the other, then you're gonna find a little bit more balance in your workout. Now remember what leg you took off, because we're gonna move on, and then the last set, you're gonna come back to that leg. Ready for the bent over row? I'm gonna keep my heel off, and now row. If you want, take a leg off. Now I'm gonna add a high and a low row combination to this. Now if you're really struggling with your balance, keep your toe on the ground. Maybe you keep even stance between both legs, because someone has told you before that you have some hip instability and it's just not right for you. Getting ready for bicep curls in 4, 3, 2, all right, here we go. Maybe the heel is off. Maybe the leg is off. Maybe you add movement with this. Your choice. Make this about you. So now we're in our second set. That burn should be starting to kick in. Notice how I'm gonna alternate now. Maybe my one arm is really burning out. I give it a little bit of a break. Now that last and final set of squats is coming up. We're gonna take our left heel off this time. In 4, 3, 2, here we go. Back to that squat. Yes. Think about your head placement. You got roughly the size of an orange under your chin. You got some length through your collarbones. You're slightly squeezing your shoulder blades. Keep those abdominals engaged. This is our last and final set of this. as we prepare for the next set. We got one more set of bent over rows. I'll give you an option to add a fly. In 4, 3, 2, hinge it forward. And again, that leg, does it come off? Maybe, but you'll find that maybe your fly suffers because of it. So you can still be in the low row, you can still be in the high row, you can add a fly. Now our next set is coming up after biceps, and I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. Thank you again for being here. You got about 8 more seconds, folks. Biceps coming up. It is normal to feel winded. Ready? Here we go. What are we doing with that leg? Your choice. Maybe it's on the ground. Maybe it's lifted. Maybe you're kicking with it. But the focus right now should be the biceps. That's what we're here for. Now listen, we got alternating lunges coming up next. We're gonna start with stationary lunges, right leg, then the left leg, and then we're going to triceps. In 4, 3, 2, lunge, and I'm starting with stationary. So think about your placement. At any point you get tired of holding your weights, ditch them. So this is your stationary lunge. If you'd like, I'm gonna make it a reverse lunge. Breathing out with that work, maybe add a kick to this. Your choice, but in 5 seconds, we're switching legs. 4 counts, 3, 2, all right, so switch that up for me. Stationary to start. Again, ditch the weights if you need to, right? Especially if you're the type of person that likes to move their arms when they're doing this. If you'd like, reverse lunge, here we go. Linking that breath. Maybe add a kick, boom! Triceps are coming up next. I'm gonna show you a kickback, then overhead extension. 4, 3, 2, here we go. Elbows nice and high, lightly squeezing the shoulder blades. Now, if you don't like this, bring the weights together, overhead extension. Notice my foot position. Notice how I've tucked my tailbone under a bit, and I'm trying to keep those ribs from flailing. So overhead or kick back. We're getting ready to go back to lunges. Second set in 4, 3. I'm ditching my weights. All right, I'm going into reverse lunge. I'm just focusing on one leg at a time. Now for those of you who want extra oomph, cross it back. But that might not be right for your knees, and it might not be right for your hips. Nice job. 4 counts. 3, 2. All right, other leg. I'm reverse lunging. So I'm starting with just a reverse lunge. Again, my hands are counterbalancing my weight. So for me, holding the weight was affecting the quality of my movement. Reverse lunge if you'd like. Or cross back, excuse me. 10 more seconds, folks. Then we're into those triceps. 5 counts. In 4, 3, 2. All right, here we go, here we go. Kick it back. Nice job. Remember, you have the option of the overhead extension. For myself personally, I like a kickback. We're trying to work the back of the arms right now, getting ready for the last and final set of lunges. In 4, 3, 2, I'm ditching my weights, you don't have to. Lunge, here we go. I'm gonna face you so you can see what a cross back looks like. Is it normal to be winded? Yeah. We're working very anaerobically right now. That means we're building up lactic acid. Yeah. Ready for the other leg? In 4, 3, 2, here we go. So I start with the reverse lunge. Woo! Breathing out and in, or change up that pattern. What works for you? Watch my cross back. 15 seconds. Then we have one more set of triceps. We get ready for the next set. Beautiful. 4 more counts. 3, 2. All right, grab those weights, kick it back. Kick it back now, yo. Woo! Option, of course, you could take a leg off. You could take a heel off. I'm staying grounded and rooted. Each set, of course, is getting progressively harder because you need a break and you're not getting it. Side lunges are coming up next. They can be side squats. 4 counts. 3, I'm ditching my weights. 2, and a 1. Here we go, side squat or side lunge, your choice. Maybe a combination. Notice my lunge. My foot is externally rotated so that my knees can track my hips and my foot. Getting ready for the other side. In 4, 3, 2, other side. Here we go. I'm squatting and lunging. Maybe you choose just to squat. Maybe you choose just to lunge. Your choice. Lateral raise is coming up, and that's where we're just gonna lift those arms right to the side. Nice job. 8 more counts. Woo! Getting ready to grab those weights. The longer the lever, the harder this is gonna be. Ready? Here we go. Take it up, up. You can alternate depending on your weight. You can make this harder. Lengthen the arms. I'm gonna move around. Why? Because when you're doing large movement patterns, the blood starts to pool in your lower extremities. By walking a bit, your muscles are gonna contract and help get that blood back up to your heart. Getting ready for those lunges. I'm ditching my weights. 3, 2, ditch your weights if you'd like. Here we go. So we're gonna be doing 3-dimensional training today, and that means we move in 3 planes of movement. Add a challenge, add a twist. Nice job. So your choice if you add that twist. We're almost there for the other leg. Ready? Take it over, go. Yes. Again, you can add that little chop or twist. Reach. Finding your tempo. You don't have to go as fast as me. You can go slower, you can go faster. Lateral raise is coming up in 10 seconds. Ooh. How are we feeling, folks? I bet you look fabulous. 5 more counts. We do this to feel good. Think about how great you're gonna feel. Last one. Yes. All right, grab those weights. Lateral raise. Again, move around. The longer the lever, the harder this is going to be. I'm alternating. 15 seconds left. Then we go into our last and final set of this as we get ready for deadlifts. 8 more counts. In 8, 7, 6, you're ready to dish those weights only if you want. All right, here we go, here we go. Woo. So earlier I was talking about why we exercise and why it makes us feel so great. So I don't want you to exercise just because you want to lose weight, because then you end up punishing yourself. I want you to exercise because it makes you feel good. It feels good up here. It feels good in your heart. Your muscles love it. We are designed to move. Last one all the way through. All right, take it over to the other side. Take it over. So again, you don't have to be doing my combination. So when we exercise mental health-wise, we release endorphins. They make us happy. They make us feel good. And as we do more exercise, our body actually rewards us. It actually releases a sensation in your body that you feel rewarded. Getting ready for the last one. Lateral raise. Here we go. This is it. This is it, folks. Time doesn't stop. So if you need a break, take a break. Now deadlifts are coming up next. With the deadlifts, we're gonna start with both legs to start, and then we're gonna go into a narrow press. overhead press for the shoulders. If you do have a shoulder injury though, we'll give you options. Getting ready for 2-leg deadlift or Romanian. All right, you ready? Here we go. Take it down, down, sit back up. So the first set through, we're only doing 2 exercises because the next time we do this, I'm gonna give you an option to focus on 1 leg at a time. Notice how my back is not rounding. So I want you to have a light squeeze between your shoulder blades, trying to maintain that neutral curvature in your lower back. You should feel a light stretch in the back of the thighs. You ready? Narrow overhead press. Here we go, take it up. Now remember earlier when I said when we pick up kitty cats, puppies, babies, boxes, well now, let's put them at the top of the closet. You're going, why would you ever put a baby at the top of the closet? Or a cat or a dog? But if you think about it, if you're gonna put something at the top of your closet, you would do it this way. So we're trying to train the muscles the way we use them. Deadlift is coming back up. You're gonna take one heel off or take a leg off. In 4, 3, 2, here we go. Find your tempo. Now notice I'm gonna take my leg off. I had to slow down. Why? Because now my balance is really kicking in. I'm trying to resist external rotation in my foot, trying to keep my toe pointing down. Nice little micro bend in my knee. Remember, you can be here. We're doing negative training. What does that mean? We're loading the muscle eccentrically when it's lengthening. Ready for the other leg? Here we go. Take the other heel off. And then if you want, sweep that leg back. Yes. So most of the exercises we do are called positive training, or we're working the muscle when it concentrically contracts. That means when the muscle shortens, like a bicep curl. This, we are loading the muscle as the hamstring is lengthening right here. Beautiful. And then we got narrow press coming up. Let me peek at the time. Oh yeah, it's about that time. Here we go, narrow press. Maybe you want to add a little push to this. Maybe you want to alternate. Find that tempo. And now listen folks, our last and final set is coming up, and then we're gonna be down on our mat. But we're gonna finish that first set up, and then we'll hit the mat. Whew. Do you feel like you're around an 8 out of 10? Challenging, uncomfortable? If you're below that, can you get it up there? Last and final set, here we go. This time I'm just keeping my heel off the ground. I wanna focus on the quality of the movement, hitting the back of my thigh, instead of focusing on the balance. So where do you need to be to feel successful in your workout today? That's what I want you to ask yourself. Nice. We're almost there, getting ready for the other leg in 3, 2, 1. Heel off on the other side. Notice I always have a nice little micro bend in my knee. We don't want to be hyperextending that knee because that's going to cause some issues in the long run. So this is our last and final exercise, set of exercises, I should say, standing. We're going to the mat after this. Then we're gonna go into push-ups, some back extensions, and we're gonna isolate your wonderful boot. Good, good, good. Ready for the narrow press? All right, here we go. So every aspect of your thigh has been touched on. Our shoulders, our biceps, our triceps, our back is done. Now, we need to finish our core, we need to finish that chest, and we're gonna do a little extra oomph for the bootay. I don't know anybody who's ever said to me, Jessica, I don't wanna work my booty today. Everybody does. All right, folks, we're getting ready to go to the ground. If you want, take some water, you got 15 seconds. All right, folks, so we're gonna move into extension, glute extensions. Now, what I want you to do, make a little diamond, rest your forehead in there. Now, I'm gonna be coming up to talk for quality of my sound and to cue you. Now, think upper portion of the hamstring and the glutes. Try to resist bending that knee so you can really make this a true glute exercise. We've got about 10 more seconds, and then we're gonna go back up to push-ups. We're gonna try the narrow, and you will take breaks when you need to. Ready? From the knees if you need to. There is no shame in going modified from the knees. They're not called girly push-ups, because I would rather see you do quality of movement versus cheating through a push-up. Keep it going. Nice job, everyone. Now keep it going. Like I said, we're trying to keep those elbows nice and close to the body so we can hit those armpit muscles that are important shoulder blade stabilizers. We have back extensions coming up in 4, 3, 2, you're down. Press the top of the feet in the mat, set that upper body. Remember, those hands can come off. You can add all kinds of different movement. For myself personally, I'm just gonna stay here in that extension. You've got about 10 more seconds left here. Then we're gonna alternate those glutes off. This is our second set. Beautiful. 4, 3, 2, make that little diamond, rest the forehead. The goal when you're doing this, and like I said, I'm coming up with my head, I wanna keep your head down. It's keeping the front of your hip connected to your mat when you do this so that it doesn't actually become a lower back exercise. Yes, your lower back is kicking in, but I really want those glutes. Getting ready for push-ups in 4, 3, 2, last and final set of push-ups. Here we go. Think quality. Maybe you want to add an elbow tap to this. Boom. Boom. Your choice. Beautiful job. I'm just peeking at the time. We got 4 more counts. In 3, 2. All right, folks, we're going to finish with that last and final set of these leg extensions. Drop that head down. Like I said earlier, I am staying up so that I can cue you and you're getting quality of sound. And I know, like I've mentioned before, the leg is going to want to bend. Try to resist that. Even myself, I find myself wanting to bend my knee. Try to resist that, keeping the front of the hip in contact. Now listen, folks, side planks are coming up next. We're moving onto the side of the body. In 4, in 3, in 2. All right, come and join me onto the side of the body. We're going to start modified from the knees, holding a glass, pressing through that elbow. Now, if you want, time has already started, you can straighten one leg out. You can straighten both legs out. You can even straighten that arm out, but be mindful of the strength in your shoulder. And are your traps doing all of that work? If you'd like from here, maybe add a little hip drop. In a couple of moments, we're going to cradle that head into the arm, and we're going to do double leg lift in 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down, cradle the head into the arm, stack those legs, hop them a little bit ahead, and now here we go, lifting and lowering the legs. Now if you're going, oh, are you for real? I can't get my legs off. Bend that bottom leg and just do a top leg lift if you'd like. Nice long spine. So Jane Fonda, super cool. The whole reason that most of us are here, we don't want to be propping our head because look what happened to my spine. So yes, Jane Fonda cool propping her head in 1982, not cool in 2020. All right, folks, remember you can be double leg. We're getting ready for side V sit. We're ready for this? So now I take my feet, I roll onto my booty, take my arm out, press it into the mat, and now come sit. Come here, restack the hips. Oh, here. Close it up. This one's pretty nasty. Then we're going to go back to the side planks. We're not flipping over to the other side just yet. Now, earlier I said we were doing tri-setting. This time we're only going to do a 2 of everything. The reason being, we're going to run out of time. And you're going to be really tired from this too. Ready for side planks? All right, here we go. I'm going modified from my knee and my elbow. Same thing if you want. You can add a hip drop to this. So here, if you want to twist, you can add a twist. Maybe you do a combination of both. Your choice. You got about 10 more seconds, then double leg lift, side V. Like I said earlier, we're only doing everything twice so that we can take you over to the other side and get you out of here around that 45 minute mark, not seconds. You're like, what? All right, folks, come cradle that head down. Hand goes to the mat, hop the legs a little bit ahead, gently press into the fingertips and lift and lower. Like I said earlier, if you can't get that top leg and the bottom leg off together, bend that bottom knee just a bit and add that leg lift. And then in a couple of moments, we got that side V sit. Then we're gonna flip it over to the other side, and then we'll finish with our abdominal work. In 4 more counts, in 3, last 2. All right, bottom arm goes out, palm facing down. Stack the feet, roll onto the side of your tuchus or the side of your booty, and then press into that, come on back down. Restack. Do you have to do the restack? No, you do not have to. Now, if you find you're very trap dominant, reset that shoulder every once in a while. We got about 10 more seconds of this. Great exercise for the obliques and of course that six-pack muscle, but it will also engage the hip flexors, so be mindful of that. Ready to flip it over to the other side? All right, here we go. You can roll right over. I'm flipping it on the mat so that you don't lose me. Side plank has begun. I'm going modified from the knees and the elbow. Same thing, holding that glass. You can add a hip drop to this if you choose. So a little hip drop. You can even add a twist to this. Yes, we've got about 10 more seconds. Double leg lift coming up. If you're a Pilates enthusiast, you're kind of going, I know some of these movements. Yes, they are very Pilates based. All right, folks, drop it down. Cradle the head into the arm. Stack those legs, hop them a little bit ahead, and then come press that hand into the mat. Same thing, we don't want to be propping the head. We want to think nice, long spine. If you're struggling with this, what can we do? Bend the knee, keep that foot engaged. Beautiful job, everyone. Now, I know I've said this earlier, but thank you for making time for your fitness. Thank you for making time for your mental health, because again, they go hand in hand. We got that leg, that side V. I was gonna call it a leg lift. It's not, it's a side V sit. You ready for this? All right, stack those legs. Take that bottom hand out and then roll onto the side of your booty. And here we go. And then we slowly restack. Try to relax those muscles. Nice job, everyone. We're almost there. We've got about 8 more seconds. Then we have to do this one more time. All right, folks, you ready for this? Into that side plank, last and final time. Hip drops if you want to, adding a twist if you choose. Maybe you do a combination of all of that. So I'll just show you. So maybe a little hip drop and a twist. Little hip drop and a twist. Your choice. You got about 8 more seconds and we're back into that double leg lift. In 4, 3, 2, cradle the head into the arm, stack the feet together, hop them a little bit ahead, hand to the mat. Of course, time already started. So the time never stops. You choose to take your breaks when you need to take a break. Remember, we can bend that bottom knee a little bit and just focus on the top leg lift. If that's what you need so that you feel successful, think quality over quantity. We want quality-based movements so you get the best recruitment from those muscles. You got 4 more counts. In 3, 2, last and final time on that side. Arm goes out, hand up, stack them, and go. Restack. Whew. This is it. Then you're on your back. We're gonna start with bridges to finish up activating that booty. We're not doing everything 3 times just because of the time constraint, so we're gonna do everything twice. 4 more counts. In 3, 2, 1. All right, folks, onto your back, please. I'm gonna adjust my, my little microphone. There we go. Palms are facing up by your side. Nice even distribution through the whole foot. Get the hips up nice and high. Now we're just gonna stay there for a moment just to create that relationship, and then when you're ready, you can lift and lower. You can also alternate a heel off, which is just gonna target one hamstring or the back of the thigh muscle more than the other. Then in a couple of moments, we're getting ready for single leg stretch. Kind of looks like bicycle crunches, but we're not gonna add the obliques right away. 2 more like this. Last one. All right, bring those legs up to tabletop. Neutral curvature in the spine, hands by your knees into a crunch. Drop a leg forward. Drop the other leg forward. Where do the hands go? Inside knee, outside ankle. I've got roughly the size, maybe more of a mandarin under my chin. I'm looking through my knees. Now, if you want, there's those obliques you wanted to do. Pull. Think about pulling the shoulder instead of the elbow, or just stay right here. Then we got earthquakes coming up. In 5, 4, 3, 2, bring your knees in, roll yourself up. Plant those feet on the ground. Sit up nice and tight. It's like a V-sit, but we're gonna keep the spine stacked. Take your hands to your ribs. Roll off your sit bones. Time already started. Now it's called an earthquake because it should feel like you're having an earthquake. Keep that orange under the chin. Now if you're going, oh, Jessica, not hard enough for me, then I want you to ask yourself, did you round your spine? Because that will make things a lot easier. Pop that chest open. Flaunt what mama gave ya. Getting ready to go back on your back for bridges. Last and final set of the day. In 3, 2, 1, come on down. Knees are bent, palms are up, booty, here we go. Same thing, maybe this time though, you wanna come up, drive the knee in towards the chest, place the foot down, go down, come up, drive that knee in, place the foot down, and keep going. Maybe you don't wanna do that at all, and that's totally fine. You got about 8 more seconds, then we finish with our single leg stretch and our earthquake, and then we get to stretch this out and call it a day. In 4, 3, 2, all right, tabletop, set everything up and go. Now if you want to add obliques to this, go ahead, or a bicycle, whatever floats your boat. Now, earthquake is coming up for the last and final time, and then we're going to stretch all those major muscles. In 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, knees to your chest, roll yourself up, plant those feet nice and tall, hands to the ribs, and get back. Ooh, now, it's normal to shake. What can you do with those arms? Try to resist letting them come into the ahead of the midline. Try to keep them back. Try to keep those abdominals engaged. Resist the hip flexors taking over. Easier said than done. You've got 8 more seconds, folks. Then we're gonna go on our back and we're gonna rock ourselves side to side. In 4, 3, 2, you did it! Congratulations! Come on back, bring your knees into your chest. Rock yourself side to side. We're gonna be staying in our stretches for 15 to 30 seconds, probably a little closer to the 15-second mark. When you're ready, you're gonna surrender both legs over to one side. Then you're gonna drop your arms into the letter T, and then you're gonna take a gentle gaze over to the other side like this. Now, I wanna talk to you, so I'm not gonna stay this way so that I can get the most out of engaging with you. But if you're comfortable with this, I want you to keep looking the other way. You're gonna get a nice little neck stretch. We're gonna get into the chest and the shoulders. We're gonna get through your torso, potentially even into your spine, the side of the hips and the side of the knee, and some of you are actually feeling this in your inner thighs. Let's get ready to take this over to the other side, but before you just swing your legs over, come to center, reset the hips, let the legs surrender, and reset those arms, and then a gentle gaze over to the other side. Like I said, we're gonna hold that for about 15 to a maximum of 30 seconds. Is there anything wrong with holding this up to a minute or 2 minutes or whatever? Absolutely not, go for it. But make sure that you're warm if you're gonna do static stretching, which this is what we're doing, static stretching. In a couple of moments, we're going back to all fours, and we're gonna do a couple of cats and cows, and we're gonna get into those hip flexors. In 3, 2, I'm gonna roll towards you, making my way to all fours. All right, ignore my microphone. Spread those fingers out, knees directly below the hips, and then just round that spine. Now, if you're feeling a little bit tight, especially in the lower back, stay rounded and do a little slow wag, and that'll help release those little cute dimples in your lower back. And then when you're ready, let's take that one leg forward, hip flexor. Actually, I'm gonna come on a bit of an angle here so you can just see me better. We're gonna start low to start. It's just gonna hit a different part of the hip flexor. So starting low, And then in a couple of moments, we're gonna stack ourselves onto our knee. So here we go with that. I'm going up onto my elbow, onto my knee, same arm as the leg that went back, and now give me a little pull over to the side, and that's gonna hit a few different hip flexors that you weren't expecting. We're gonna switch that up here in a moment. In 4, 3, 2, all right, clear it off, over to the other side. So starting nice and low. I'm staying on this angle just so you can see me. So I'm trying to hit a different part of the hip flexor. So yes, it's all one muscle, but we always have an upper portion and a lower portion to every muscle. And then in a couple of moments, we're gonna come up onto that knee. So elbow connects to the knee, reach the arm up, follow it if you can, and then give me a little pull, and that's gonna hit a different hip flexor. Are you ready for it? It's called your tensor fasciae latae. It sounds like it came from Starbucks, doesn't it? Right there. Yeah. Then we're gonna stand up in a moment. Are we ready for this? In 4, 3, 2, come on up to standing. Anytime you go from a lying to a standing position, especially when you're exercising, what I want you to do is move those legs so that the heart doesn't have to work as hard. Now when you're ready, a little micro bend in the knee, slide your hands down your thighs right above your knees. Press into the knees so the hamstrings can trust and let you go a little further. With each breath, try to resist rounding the spine and see if this can come from the hamstrings, the back of our thighs. Notice that I'm pushing into my knees, reciprocal inhibition. So my muscles are going, oh, I trust you, I can now relax. And if you want to, actually start to firm up the front of your thighs and you'll go a little further into that stretch. Round your spine, reach it forward, wiggle, 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 whack. Come on up to standing. Same thing, move those legs. Quick quad stretch, plant that foot, come on up, grab the laces. Try to pull everything into alignment. I'm gonna turn to the side. Try to get your thighs in alignment. Squeeze your booty. Ready for this? Remember that reciprocal inhibition and slightly push into your hand. We're opening up the chest. We're also getting the front of the thighs. In 3, 2, take it over to the other side now. So soft bend in that knee, laces to fit the hand, a little shoulder roll. I squeeze my booty and I press into my hand to open up at the hips, but right above that knee also. We're gonna do a couple of shoulder rolls to open up that upper body, and then we're gonna take 2 big deep breaths in and call that a day. You ready? Shoulder rolls, let's do it. Nice and big, opening up that chest, squeezing those shoulder blades. One arm at a time, let's do that once on each side. Other side. You ready? Come to the front. Give me 2 big deep breaths in right here. Stay here for a moment and release. Let's do that one more time, please. And release. You get to give yourselves a big hand. You did it. Thank you for being here. My name is Jessica. That was Strength and Core. You did it. You should be very proud of yourself. We'll see you at the next workout.